Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified each time I upload a new video, and don't forget to follow us on our social media listed on the screen. This Magical Monday video, we will be continuing to explore different witches throughout history, which is the Witch series. And next up is Miss Anne Boleyn, who was the second wife of Henry VIII. Anne Boleyn has became very notarized throughout history. Some people love her, some people hate her. And some people consider her a witch. And we'll go into some more detail of that a little bit later on, but we got to give you some backstory on Henry VIII. But just some highlights. Excuse me. Anne was accused of witch because of how she became the second wife of Henry, and during her fall from grace, if you will. And that would give you some context as to why people thought she was a witch. Now, Henry VIII was married to Catherine of Aragon for over 20-something years. They had one child together, which was Mary. Some people call her Bloody Mary, but that's a story for another time. And Catherine and Henry suffered many miscarriages. So they never were able to produce a male child. And kings need male heirs, especially during the time that Henry was king. They need male heirs. So, seeing that he didn't have a male heir, he was growing tired of Catherine. He was having his own mistresses. He did produce a male child with a mistress, only one that he would recognize. But that child could not be a heir. So he was married to Catherine for 20-something years. And he ended up having a mistress that was Mary Boleyn, the older sister of Anne. Anne was off in France receiving her education in France from the French court. When King Henry VIII got tired of Mary Boleyn, Anne somehow got into the picture. Anne basically played the game with him because she didn't want to be just another mistress. She wanted a benefit to it. She basically, through being puffed up by her family, pretty much pushed, not saying that she didn't have her own agenda, but she was mainly pushed by her family to get into the good graces of the king, because if you were in the good graces of the king, then the family would benefit as well. So she gave played this game of, you can buy me gifts, I will entertain you, but you can't touch me, we ain't going there. So she played this game with him for a while, which vexed him to no end, and he just had to have her. So this is another reason why people think that she was a witch, because they feel that she bewitched him. And in some writings, it's like Henry, when her fall from grace happened, basically accused her of bewitching him as well, and taking his eye away from his rightful queen, which was Catherine, that he loved so dearly. But this is he made this alleged confession or plea, or whatever you want to call it, during Anne's fall and Anne's trial. So many people believe that she was a witch because she bewitched Henry away from Catherine. Now, eventually, Anne and Henry VIII did have a child, which was Elizabeth. He ended up getting Anne pregnant again, and everyone was hoping for a boy. And trust me, even Anne, because that's the only way she can keep her position, because at this point she has made it to be Queen of England alongside Henry VIII, because he done set aside Catherine and basically the church and became the church himself. So him and Anne have Elizabeth and are expecting another child. Henry has a fall through from jousting, which traumatized Anne, and she miscarried. And after that, anytime she got pregnant, she would miscarry yet another child. And it was rumored that she miscarried a deformed child. Another thing that history says would deem her as a witch, because she was having she was being accused of just illicit affairs with just anybody throughout the court. Henry was getting tired of not having a male heir. Excuse me. And wasn't producing. So they had to find a fix for it so he could get to another woman that will produce him a male heir. So the powers that be in the court, Henry and his peoples, started finding things out about Anne, meaning she had illicit affairs with her own brother, which elicit the deformed babies. She was basically wishing or trying to have the king, wishing death on the king, which is considered treason. So this is during the fall of Anne, and all of these accusations would condemn her to be a witch. And throughout history, some of that stuff has stuck. Also, some people allegedly said that she had a sixth finger, which is horrible. So this is what would condemn her as a witch. The simple fact that Anne allegedly had this sixth finger would mark her as a witch. Remember, any deformity on a woman would condemn you to being a witch. Now, with all the accusations through her fall and at the trial, she was condemned to death. Basically, not for witchcraft, but for treason. She was treasonous, and she was having these illicit affairs with all sorts of men in the court, and including her own brother. So she was beheaded, not by axe, but a Frenchman's sword at her request. And Henry gave her that last request. Now, throughout history, some people love her, some people hate her, some people are sympathetic to Anne. I do view her and her family as opportunists, but that's what happened in court life. The whole court life is to get closer to the king and get basically the blessings from the king and put you and your family in a better situation financially. So I can't blame them for doing what they was doing, but it's just the way that they did it and misused the women in the family to get their way and gain prominence in the court, because they used both daughters, Mary and Anne. Anne seems to be more of an opportunist than Mary was, but she played the game. She ended up losing for it. So in modern times, you have seen her, Anne Boleyn, throughout different TV shows and books and movies. And if you are a Harry Potter fan, in I think the first Harry Potter, you will see a picture of Anne Boleyn in the hall on the walls, because that's where they would depict all the witches and wizards. And actually, a picture of Anne Boleyn is there. And that's the only reason why she's there, is because historically she was accused of being a witch. So in Harry Potter, they put her there. And we all know Harry Potter has a English British background, so it makes sense. Was Anne really a witch, or was she just an opportunist? Sound off in the comments below. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this little series. Tune in for the next one, because that will be the final one, and we're going to go big with that one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified each time I upload a new video. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.